Everyone, it's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher, here with another project, lesson 6, and we're going to learn about texture. So you just watched a video on texture. So you learned that there was actual texture, texture you can touch, which is also called tactile texture that you can touch. Some videos say tactile, some videos say actual. They both mean texture you can touch. And then there's visual texture or implied texture, textures that you can see. And we're going to make a textured chicken. We're going to draw some of the textures and we're going to glue, or actually we're just going to poke in some of the other textures because we know feathers are soft and we can touch them. Ooh, that tickled. Anyway, let me go ahead and change my camera. And guess what? Before I change my camera, we get to make 2. All right, so we're gonna make 2 texture chickens. Let me go ahead and change my camera so that we can get started. All right, so first things first, you're going to need your 2 sheets of paper. And you're going to need your glue. That's on the your scissors, a pencil, and your crayons for this project. Oh, and also your feathers and your eyes. But let's go ahead and get started. Let me move the feet out the way. Move out the way. All right. So first things first, we're going to fold these papers together. Now you can fold them one at a time, but if you have gotten to be an expert at folding paper because of all the other projects where we fold paper, we're going to fold these in half, hamburger. So bring the edges together, press down and rub. And we have both papers folded. And we can cut them both at the same time. So we're going to feed our scissor gator the line, or our scissors the line, and cut, and take our time, and cut, slide, and cut. Now, 2 papers we're going to use for the legs, the beak, and the feet. So we're going to put them off to the side just in case. We're going to need them a little later. So now we have to turn these 2 pieces of paper into semicircles. Now, again, you can abracadabra it together and do them both at the same time. But I will do them one at a time just to make sure that everybody can see it. So I'm going to bring the camera in just a little closer. Let's see, tilt and tighten. I don't know why it's moving like this right now. Huh. All right. All right. So now, just like in our other projects, when we learn to make shapes, we got to cut the corners off to make something rounded. And we made circles with our shape gators back in lesson 2. Well, now we're going to make a semicircle, which is half a circle, by cutting off one corner, turning it into a pentagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, and cutting off the other corner on the same side. Now we made it into a hexagon. It looks like a house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to nibble these top 4 corners. But these are going to be big nibbles because we're going to turn it into a big circle. So we're going to really cut the corners off. And so now we have a semicircle. Move my scraps out the way. And I'm going to do that again. Let's see. I want you guys to see it. So let me move it here to the side. So again, cut off one corner, pentagon, 5 sides. Cut off the other corner, hexagon, 6 sides. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners that we're going to cut. Cut 1 corner off, 2 corners off, 3 corners, 4 corners. So now we have 2 semicircles, and actually we put them together, we'll probably make a big circle. It's kind of more like a big oval. But anyway, our next step is that we are going to turn this into our chicken's body, and we're gonna make a cone shape. But before we can make a cone shape, we have to add some lines. Now we can make feathers, we can make scallop lines, we can make wavy lines. Either way, the lines will give it some texture, some visual texture. So you get to pick any color you want out of your crayon box today. And ooh, this orange, this red orange looks really cool to me. Let's see, I did scallop. Let me do zigzag. So I'm just going to do some zigzag lines all the way across. My paper. And I'm just going to fill this paper up with zigzag lines. And another cool thing is that we get to practice doing our lines some more, and the lines help to give us texture. So that was a cool thing about this project. There we go. Okay, I have zigzag. Well, let me see. I need to do my other one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It doesn't matter where I go. Hey, I just made that up. All right, this one is just a regular blue. Let's see. I did zigzag. I got scallop lines. I got wavy lines. Oh, you know what? Let me do loop lines. I haven't done loop lines in a while. So this will make this chicken look fluffy. Every time I say fluffy, I think of the Minion movie when it goes, "It's so fluffy." That's one of my favorite lines in a movie. So yeah, this is gonna be a fluffy chicken with these loop lines. All right, so now I have the texture on my implied texture, so it'll look like texture, but it won't feel like anything but just a piece of paper that I have crayon lines on. So now what I need to do is figure out, show you how to roll this up to make a cone shape. So you're gonna take your two fingers on one hand. Now Miss Branch is left-handed, so I'm gonna do it on my right hand. Now if you're right-handed, use your left hand, but you're gonna use your scissors on your fingers and hold the paper, and then wrap the paper around your fingers and roll it tight. I'm gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let go. See, now my paper is kind of rolled up for me. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna put it in my scissor fingers, and I'm gonna wrap it around my fingers, and I'm gonna hold it tight, and I'm gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I let it go, and it helps roll my paper up. Now, when I'm rolling this up, I'm going to grab the corner and bring it over to roll it up with my other side so I can get the sides close. So I'm gonna grab the corner, bring it in, kind of like I'm bringing it in and bringing it in. And it helps me make my cone shape. I'm holding it so it'll make a cone shape. Help roll it up. But now that I know that I can make the cone shape, I have got to put the glue on. Now, this time we're going to spread the glue with the finger. Now, this time when we put, I'm going to put 1. Oh, I closed the glue up. There we go. 1, 2, 3 dots. Let me bring that camera in a little closer so you guys can see. And now that I have my dots, I'm going to take my pointer finger and I'm going to spread that glue. And any glue that's left on my finger, I'm going to spread it. And now I can roll. Let me lift up the camera a little bit. Make sure you guys can see it. roll my cone together. It might be a little hard. You might have to ask for some help. It's okay. And hold it. I'm gonna hold it like it's an ice cream cone. And so now I have it together. Give it a few moments so the glue can set a little bit. Now I'm gonna sit it up. Uh-oh. Sometimes when you make it, the side might be a little lumpy because of the way we cut it. So if it has trouble sitting up, try again. But if it won't sit up, you can cut a little bit off of the edge. I'll cut a little bit off. So I'm just gonna start and just turn, cut, turn, cut, turn, cut, turn, cut. Just a little bit, like I'm giving it a trim. And now it doesn't rock as much. So I have my first chicken body, cone shape. Let me make another one. Put it right here. And again, I'm going to take this corner and bring it over down to the curls for me and just roll it up. And I'm gonna hold it in my hand, cone shape, so I can see that I got it. And now I'm gonna let it go and I'm gonna put my dots of glue. And 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to rub the glue. And I'm gonna keep rubbing until all the glue is off my hand. And see, that's so cool because there's no glue left on my finger. And now I'm gonna bring this side over and roll it up. And I'm gonna hold it like an ice cream cone for a few moments. Count to 10. 1. If you want to make it tighter, you can twist it a little more if you want. 2, 3, 4. I think by twisting it up, I'm gonna make it uneven on the sides. I can see it, but I'm already letting the glue set. So I'll just have to trim this side. You probably make yours perfect and don't have to trim it. Oh, I need a little dot of glue right there. I'm gonna put a little tiny dot because I didn't have any glue over there, and I'm gonna rub it and then close it and hold it again in my hand like an ice cream cone. Now, if you get any glue left on your fingers, just rub your fingers together and the glue dries off and falls off. So let's see, can it stand up? No, I made this one real skinny. So again, I have to just trim off a little bit. I'm just gonna start here on the side and bite, turn, cut, turn, cut, turn, cut, turn, cut, turn, cut, turn, cut, turn. Just cut a little bit off. And now my cone stands up. All right, so our next step, we have to make the legs, the feet, and the beak. We're gonna use our wiggly eyes for the eyes. So we gotta make some legs, some feet, and some beaks. All right, so let's see, we're gonna take one piece first, and we're gonna, of our extra halves, and we're gonna fold it in half. And we can cut that line. And we're gonna fold this in half. And we're gonna cut that line. All right, now before we fold this again to make two skinny legs, like on this one, we're gonna go ahead and pick a line to give it some texture to make the legs look a little rough. And you can pick the same colors that you picked earlier or pick different colors. Ooh, that looks cool. I'm gonna use this green. Ooh, and I think I'll use this gray. That'll be interesting. All right, so, I did loop and I did zigzag. I think I'll do wavy this time. So you're just gonna make a bunch of wavy lines or whatever kind of line you pick, because you're the artist, you get to pick and do the whole strip or the whole rectangle. Another cool thing, when I am making these lines for the texture, I'm actually making a repeating pattern because I'm doing the same thing over and over. So these are actually, they give me texture, visual texture or actual or implied texture, and it helps me to create a pattern. Patterns help you to see texture on things. Let's see, I think I want this one. I'll just make it like a really jagged line. Like little mountains. Mm. All right. All right. So now I have my textured lines for my legs. So now I have to fold them hot dog one more time and cut them. Actually, yeah, I gotta fold them in half. Now this might be a little harder because it's getting smaller and tougher. Sometimes when you fold a paper a lot, it gets like harder to fold because they're getting smaller and smaller. I'm going to go ahead and cut this line. And so now I got to do this one, fold it. And it's okay if they're uneven. This one's going to be uneven. It's fine. It'll give it some character if it's not perfect. It'll make it look even cooler. All right. So now that I have the leg part done, I want to make them a zigzag line by folding it back and forth so that the legs look really fun when my chicken is moving or just sitting on a shelf. Like I can stick it on my glue. Hey, it's a glue cover. Anyway, you have all kinds of fun with it once you finish. This time I'm gonna put them together while I fold. So I'm gonna fold forward, just a little fold. Then I'm gonna flip it over and fold back. Now flip it over and fold back. Flip it over, 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 fold back. And now I have my first part of my legs for my chicken. And now for one of them. And now I'm going to do the other one. And again, I'm going to put them together. And if you have trouble putting them together, just do them one at a time. It's fine. Fold forward, then I'm gonna flip over. Now I'm gonna fold back, flip, 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 and fold back. And so now I have my other legs, and we could go ahead and glue the legs on. So you pick which one is going to get what color legs. And on that fold at the end, just going to put one little dot, and then another little dot, and you're going to stick it underneath your cone shape and put them. Oh, I forgot to rub up a little bit, and rub a little bit, and it sticks. Now I'm gonna do the other one. Rub a little bit, and it sticks. So now this one has legs. So I'm gonna put them over here to dry. I'm gonna move this paper because we're gonna need this paper next. And then of course my next one legs, one dot, and one dot. And then rub a little bit, and it sticks. I'm sticking it on the inside. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm just sticking it on the inside and then rubbing a little bit. And it sticks. Now my chicken has legs, but now it needs feet and a beak. Feet and a beak. I really tried, that don't rhyme, but I was trying hard. So I'm gonna take the other half we have left, fold that in half, and cut it. And let's see, then I'm gonna fold this in half again and cut it. And I'm gonna fold this in half again and cut it. Now, with the feet, you can draw your feet any kind of way. I like to use W's, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my black crayon out. Or you can get out whatever color you want to make your feet. All right, here's my black crayon. So I'm gonna make, let's say I'll make 3 toes. So I'm gonna make a W, 1, 2, so that looks like a W or a scallop line, and add a 3rd scallop line, and then connect it with the U. Here's 1 foot. Again, 1, 2, 3. And there we go. We have 2 feet for one. Let me do that again because I need feet for the other one. Again, 1, 2, 3. Then connect with the big letter U. And then 1 more chicken foot. 1, 2, 3. And then connect with the U. Now we get to cut them out. But before we cut them out, we can color them. Do I want them to match? Or do I want a different color? I think I want my chicken very, very colorful. So let's see. I'll try that. And eeny, meeny, money. I'm not looking. I'm just going to pull out. Okay, another blue. All right, so I'm going to color the foot inside the line. 1. And 2. That's 1 and 2 I gotta cut out. And then I said different color. Oh, this is like an electric blue. And now I'm coloring the other one. So now I get to cut them out. Now, because I drew them separately, it would be hard to try and put abracadabra them together and then cut them out. And they won't be exact. 1. And notice how I'm turning the paper to make the paper work for me and not the other way around. So my hand doesn't get all twisted up. So now I'm going to do this one. And don't forget to keep saving your scraps for a later project. And then I cut. There's 1. And 2. Now we can make the beak out of the extra, but in case you did really big feet, we still have another piece of paper that we can fold and cut to make our beaks. But in case you got a little bit left over, you can go ahead and use a piece of the scrap left over for a beak. Let me go ahead and cut off 2 scraps. But if you don't have any big scraps, you can use the rest of the other paper to make two quick beaks. All right, so now what color do I want my beaks? So let me I'm gonna cut them first. So what I'm gonna do is fold the paper in half. And just like we learned to make triangles, I'm going to cut corner to corner and put it all in and plate. And now I have one beak. And let me do that again. This beak's kind of big. I might have to cut it a little. And there we go, two beaks. Let me see if it's gonna look too big. But it might be cool and funny looking. Yep, not too big, perfect size. All right, so let's see. What color? Oh, I like this burgundy. And I'll do this yellow orange. All right, or dandelion. I'm gonna color the triangle. Bring the camera in, son. You can see me coloring. And I'm gonna take my black crayon and put two little dots on there for the nose so the bird can breathe. And then I have this one. So this looks like a red violet. It is red violet. I thought it was burgundy at first. And then my two nostrils for my bird so it can breathe. All right, so now I'm ready to glue the feet on and the beak. So I'm gonna lift my camera up so that we can glue them on. Oh, and while we're at it, we might as well glue our eyes on. So get your bag of eyes that you have left. And let's see, we need 4 eyes, unless you're gonna do extra eyes. Make it a crazy looking bird. 1, 2. Ooh, I can make it look crazy. I can do a big eye and a little eye. So I got big eye, and then I'll do a big eye, little eye, big eye, little eye. There we go. So now where my feet are is going to be the front. So I'm going to put a dot on for where the beak is going and bring that camera in so you can see that dot. And it probably should be big enough. I'm going to just rub a little bit. No, I needed to put a little bit more. It was just in the middle. So I know I need to put a tiny dot on each corner. Super tiny dots. Little teeny itsy bitsy tiny dots. And again, I'm going to rub a little bit. And it sticks. And I'm going to put 2 tiny dots for the eyes. 1, 2. And I'm going to rub a little bit. And I'm going to rub a little bit. And next, my last 2 right here, I'm going to glue the feet on. And it's okay if your mouth pops up a little bit. Mine is because it's going around. Let's see. These are kind of bent back this way. So I could put the foot on this way. All right, so again, at the end, I'm going to place a little dot. And on this one, place a little dot. And then, oop, that eye's in the way. Rub a little bit. And it sticks. Rub a little bit. And it sticks. So there I have almost done. Now we got to get to add the feathers. So let me go ahead and do the other one first, and I can add all the feathers at the same time. So again, I realized that one little dot in the middle wasn't enough. So 1 little dot there, 1 tiny dot there, 1 tiny dot there. And where the feet are, now I'm going to put the beak. Rub a little bit. And it sticks. I had to hold this one a little bit. And let's see, then my 2 dots. I have a fluffy bird and I guess I would call it a shark bird because of all the zigzags. So rub a little bit and it sticks. and then rub a little bit, and it sticks. And now for the feet. And right here on the end, one little dot. And on this end, one little dot. And then rub a little bit. And rub a little bit. And it sticks. So right now, our birds are full of implied texture. The other word that you can use is visual texture. So now we're going to add the actual texture. Texture you can feel. So now you need your bag of feathers. And, before we can put our feathers on, we need to make a place for the arms to go. And that's where we need our pencil. And this is a little tricky. You might need to get an adult to help you if you're not confident. You're going to need your scissor fingers again, but you're going to hold them open like this. And you're going to stick them in on the side. You're going to take your pencil and poke a tiny hole. Poke a tiny hole in the paper. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to put your fingers in and poke a tiny hole in the paper. You got to do the same thing on this one. On the side, 2 fingers, make sure it's like a zipper. I mean, a pair of scissors. I said zipper. And poke the hole with the pencil. And then on the other side, this one might be a little harder because there's more paper. Because the paper wrapped around right there. Okay, so that one was a little harder to do, but I got it through. All right, so now we can get our feathers. Let me lift up my camera so you guys can see the whole operation. Let me go ahead and put all these crayons away because I'm done with the crayons. And when we don't put our tools away, that's when they get broken and messed up and lost. So I'm putting my crayons away. Almost dropped it on the floor. And that would have been disastrous because it probably would have broke. All right, so I got my crayons away. Get them out of the way. And now I have room for my feathers. And you can take some feathers out. And you can start sticking them in. Now, this is a big hole. So I'm going to need a lot of feathers. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 4. Let me try 5. See if 5's enough to stick in that hole up at the top. Because it's a pretty big hole. There we go. Our feathers stick in. And we get to feel the feathers. Now there's a little tiny hole on the side. Let's see, I can put 1. Let me see, I can get 2 in there. This one's bigger than that hole. That's a tiny hole. Let me try the big one first. So let me push this in. I'm gonna get close to the camera so you can see. And if your hole is too small, you can always go with your pencil and make it a little bigger. So now I can get the feathers in. So there's 1, 2, 3. Good. 3 feathers. And let's see. I can do this side. 1, 2. That one's got a big bottom. I'll use a smaller feather. 3. So now my bird has visual texture and actual texture. Yay! It'd be cool to know what some of you guys are going to name your birds. Let me get some more feathers out. I used a bunch of feathers on that one. Let me get my feathers out for the next one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if I can get all these seven feathers in the hole. Oh, some of them fell out. There we go. There we go. Aha. Now this one has feathers at the top. Now I need to do the feathers for the side. And I'm reaching my bag. I have some itty bitty feathers. Let me see if I got some more bigger ones. And yep, 1, 2, 3. That should be it. Oh, maybe 4. Let's see if they fit. I'm gonna grab them all together at one time. See if I can put them in the hole by itself. Bring the camera in closer so you guys can see. There's my hole. See if I can get them all in. Yep, I did it. I got them all in the hole. Let me get up some more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm gonna put the rest of these feathers back in my bag because maybe I can use them for another project. And there we go. Stuff them in. Those didn't fit. There's not enough room. Oh well, 2 feathers is okay. So now I have, let me raise my textured, my actual and visual textured chicken. Let me switch my camera. All right. Let's see. All right. So we were doing texture in this project, and Miss Branch is trying to clean up her feathers. Now, all of your scrap paper from when you made the toes and the beak, definitely put that in your scrap bag. It should be getting full by now because we've done a whole lot of projects when we had to do where we cut paper. All right. And there we go. So I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.